It is that time of the month. How much is your farm worth? Well, let's ask an expert in the field. His name is Peter Newbold. He's the GM of PGG Rights and Real Estate. And Peter, without wanting to sound dismissive, I reckon we could almost replay last month's chat. What do you reckon?
Yeah, look, not a lot has changed, Jamie, since last month, other than I sort of get a feeling, and it's sort of come through from the field and some of the clients I've spoken to, that maybe we might see a little bit more activity from a listing front, especially in that sheep and beef and dairy coming into the spring. And, maybe people are starting to realise that, values have flattened, and in some cases have declined, with the exception of what we know, of course, is areas in and around land use change and horticulture. Dairy
farming has been a bit of a sticky business, quite literally, in recent times, and there's been a lack of confidence to get into dairy farming. But if we're to believe some of the experts, and if the payout is going to be $7 plus next season, do you think that will rekindle interest in the market?
Yeah, I think they're getting a bit of a bad rap at the moment when you add everything up. I think probably what's taken place, you had that period where values just went up, strongly for such a long period of time. And I think with that easing, and I guess, pressures from a financial perspective, I think there's been that just period where there's been a bit of inactivity, and like all things, I think that will slowly change. And as you said, if you look at what the returns they're going to get, it's looking very, very positive, like with all the other sectors.
Yeah, well, from a yield point of view, dairying would stack up pretty well at over $7. Sheep and beef is really positive at the moment, and the really positive part of that is the grazing properties. The smaller grazing blocks are going really well at the moment.
Yeah, it's interesting, and probably up to close to 50% of all the sales at the moment are in that space, and a lot of them are those sort of properties that we know, or people we know that might have 50 cattle or the like. So there's good movement in that, and then of course there's the situation where people are wanting to control, I guess, all their stock. So you're getting those support blocks being purchased as well. So yeah, that's a good area, and I think that'll continue as, I guess, some of these properties closer to these towns get subdivided and they want to realise some value.
Values are still strong for horticulture, and there's no surprise there because returns are very good.
Yeah, no, that's looking really good. I think the only challenge has been in the last few months is that there probably hasn't been a lot of supply. But I think, we've had such a strong run over the last few years, and also while you're getting such good returns, and the outlook looks strong, there's probably a little bit of people holding back on actually selling those properties. But again, land use will kick in, and I think we'll see more activity over the next 6 to 12 months.
How much activity are we seeing? And we've discussed this already on the show with James Shaw and talking about Shane Jones and his billion trees. How much activity are you getting, or are you seeing across your books, of sheep and beef properties going to forestry in some of the more marginal areas?
Yeah, there's been a bit, but I don't think it's something that sort of, a flag's been raised. Yes, we are seeing some. I guess one of the challenges also, you've got to purchase it at the right value or it doesn't stack up. Yeah, we're seeing it, but I don't believe it's in huge numbers.
I hope you're right. Let's just finish on our PGG Rights and Property of the Week. We've talked about sheep and beef units going for good money and good demand, especially for some of the grazing blocks. We're heading to my home province of Southland. We're going to southern Southland, Waimahaka, and there, my old rugby mate. See, it's a small world, isn't it? Jimmy Fortune was good enough to play for the New Zealand Colts, played a number of games for Southland, very good prop forward. He's the agent on this property.
Yeah, look, he is, and look, it's a great property. We sometimes forget how good Southland is down there. 298 hectares, or in the old world, 740 acres. Good property, well presented. I think there's good opportunities there, and the infrastructure is strong. So Jim's looking after that, and I'm sure we'll do a good job.
Peter Newbold, thanks as always for your time. If people want to have a look at our PGG Rights and Property of the Week, go to our website, thecountry.co.nz, click on Rural Properties, and there it is, the Waimahaka Sheep and Beef Unit. It is a beauty, all 298 hectares of it. Thanks for your time, Peter. Chat next month.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie. You have a good day.